Welcome again to the Living World of Darkness Rage Across New York. The scene is set within one of the wonderful tree houses that Alan himself absolutely despised upon coming into the sept, has now recently started to actually depend on quite a lot as a den father. We see here the gathered pack of the Memento Mori, which includes the Den Father and the Den Mother of the Sept of the Green, within the kitchen of one of these tree houses, and each one of them holds a sort of a mason jar in front of them, and inside each one of these mason jars happens to be a rather clear liquid, actually. The smell coming off it is two kinds of smells, that of just purity, that of just pure alcohol, and the other one just of this faint hint of apple pie, actually, as the concoction was made. We begin the scene quite handily enough with an already intoxicated Alan Stewart, who recently earned the, well, I say earn, quote unquote, the D name Scares the Boar, going ahead and take a long sip of that particular shine, and looking to the rest of his pack, as well as the new cub by the name of Zeke, who also seems to be quite handy with his hands, having constructed this fantastic still for them. And we begin the scene as such.
You know, and he's taking from his mason jar. You have a very shitty lead name.
Shut the fuck up.
Come on, dude! Have you seen Aaron? He's called Honor de los.
I got a feeling that wasn't his first name.
Night Eyes will come in carrying a couple bottles of vodka, see the still, sit the bottles down, and immediately go and get her own mason jar. Before she looks between the two boys and goes, Alan, dear, it can't be worse than Xavier's name.
Royal
yeah. I heard the hound.
She'll kind of chuckle, take a chug, and she goes, this is actually pretty good, Zeke.
And Zeke will come out from behind the still. Evening, ma'am. Thank you. It's Grandmama Zeke's recipe, I guess you'd say. She in between hits on the snuff can, she'd tell us on a good day what we needed to put into the still whenever we grew up, so that we could carry on the family name. But I'm glad you enjoy it. He goes around to the other side and he kind of looks at the vodka, shakes his head, and then goes back around and starts adjusting pipes and stuff on the other side. How do you get one of those wacky-ass names anyway?
Oh, deed names, it's more like a nickname for something you've done, like heroically. For example, I was always called Night Eyes because my mom used to say I look like the night sky. Licks your face because of his battle style. Antonio because...
No. I don't have a dead name. My uncle has an amazing dead name. It's called Shoot the Fucker.
Water.
No, really. His dead name is Shoot the Fucker.
Your name from now on is Stick Swatter.
No,
sounds about right.
I'm not taking that. No. Oh, because yesterday, and you see he has one of those map carriers on his back, and he just pops up the lid and brings out a long stuff like oak wood branch.
It's almost like a branch with no sticks or little branches on it.
Yeah, it has the size of a staff, basically.
Yeah.
It's a big-ass branch.
And you notice as he does, Sophia's hand is tightening on the mason's jar.
I whooped the ass of these three fuckers with it yesterday, and I'm the ragamuffin.
We went ahead and tripped you up and bashed your face in until you cried uncle.
Yeah, this is why you don't leave the branch when you're fighting. You keep on the branch. The branch will save you.
Mm-hmm. Hold it
Its
with a
name
death
is
grip.
Teddy Roosevelt. Yeah, its name is Teddy Roosevelt, and he put it back on the.
No, its name is soon to be my heater when I put it in the furnace.
I will break your kneecaps if you do that.
Why
Do
don't
I
you,
look like I'm scared,
why don't you,
Antonio?
why don't you name it diplomacy?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
it's like I'll
yeah.
just go ahead and look to you one of these days, and I'll just say, "Hey, Antonio, we need a bit of diplomacy in here."
What?
Ah! Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, now I will start calling myself Carrie's Big Stick.
That'll work for me.
Interesting.
As you said that, Sophia was taking a drink of Mason's moonshine and begins choking on it and has set the Mason's jar down. Just can we not talk about sticks around the celibate one, please?
Very well.
Zeke will come back around with a small metal bowl and with a little bit of moonshine in it, and he'll slide it in front of Snow. Because he appears to be the only one not drinking. He'll nod to him, Mr. Snow.
Hey, Zeke,
I'm confused.
do you think
Not
you
sure.
can? Do you think you could make fire water that tastes like bacon and peanut butter?
I've heard of bacon flavored, yeah. That's not hard. Just add a little bacon grease to the mix.
All right. I'll pay you for it, but I want you to make a jar of it for Snow here. He loves bacon and peanut butter.
Well, I mean, it'll take me, shit, I could probably make a batch. It'd take about an hour. I just got to go get some bacon.
She's almost like how an old lady would. She's like pinched Zeke's cheeks and goes, "Oh, thank you."
Don't listen to them. The alcohol in the system could. Alan, what?
Zeke gives Alan a look like, save me from the pinch.
Biology,
Grandma
canine.
over here.
What does the alcohol do? It'll make you very very sick. Shift up. Yeah, okay.
It will turn you into a ragabash.
Yeah, it will actually turn you into a ragbash very very quickly. It won't kill you, but it'll make you very sick for a few days. Yeah. You know, I went through it for a whole 8 hours as a two-legger.
It's called human. No,
Okay.
two-legger.
I don't care. 4 legs is better.
I tell you, Mr.
I
Snow.
don't care. 2 legs, you'll have a fucking liver that'll metabolize the alcohol a little bit quicker and not kill you.
Yeah.
I tell you, it might make you like being on 2 legs.
I don't see how being on 2. I don't see how taking a drink that makes the 2-legged go down to 4 legs is any better than just being on 2 legs.
You will enjoy it. You will believe us. You will enjoy it.
Oh, damn it. As there seems to be a little bit of a sticky. His transformation taking a little bit of a doing. Reed, he's moving his shit. You know, every time you sniff that, it burns your nostrils. Why does it burn?
Drink it. Drink it. Licks your face.
You're not supposed to smell it or taste it. You're just supposed to drink it. Why does it taste like burning and urine? Well, I don't know about the urine part.
Yeah, I don't know about the urine part, but it should taste like burning in apples.
It's like, why am I drinking fire?
Because it makes you strong.
No, it does not make you strong. It makes you stupid. It makes you forget about the shitty, shitty world that we live in.
Also that.
Which sometimes it ain't necessarily bad to do.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Oh, sometimes I
Zeke,
think the only way I get through this world is because I got a goddamn pack.
Zeke will go over and he'll open the window to let some of the smoke from the still out of the room. Let some fresh air in. That should
In like
that should help you a little bit, Mr. Snow. Clear your head a little bit.
in like 15 minutes, you're going to have my kinfolks down there.
People are weird. Antonio,
I can't
Yeah.
argue with that.
explain what a pack is to Zeke here. He's actually a cub.
Cool. A pack is a group of werewolves that work like a family and fight like a family. And there are different specialties on packs. And he looks at the people in the room. We are kind of a monkey wrenching pack. We fuck shit up for people, bad people.
At this point, you hear a slight slur out of Night Eyes because she has not ever had real moonshine before. Fuck you, Antonio, and the dick you drug in behind you.
Never have you ever seen more of a Black Fury than you have right now.
Yeah. And there are other packs. There are strike packs, stealth packs, many things. And he looks to Alan. Anything else?
Explain how a pack is created, or Snow, if you want to.
Oh, yeah, he's the alpha.
Yeah, he's the alpha. He should be explaining this shit.
But I like it when people explain it. Makes the job less difficult.
Yeah, okay. Antonio, he points to the snow. He's kind of the boss of this pack. Therefore, he's the pack
He's
alpha.
the daddy of the pack.
Yeah. And he points to Alan. He's the beta. He's the second in command.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Like
Because
the annoying uncle who puts his dick everywhere, including in the butter.
yeah. and I'm my usual ragava shit. But also the kind of stealth specialist of the pack that I'm shitty at currently.
Zeke will kind of lean over to Alan. She don't drink much, do she?
At least not what. At least she's not used to what you're spouting out right now.
All right.
Fairly strong. Look at that vodka. She doesn't understand the difference.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. I want to watch her. She drinks probably one more mason jar. She's probably gonna go blind. I'm not sure how she'd take to that.
She set the mason jar down now. She goes, "No, I need my eyes. I can't see what I'm talking to without my eyes."
Yeah, and if you go blind, you will be blind night, or some shit like that. Blind eyes.
Shut up! Hits you with a stick.
Zeke, when he mentions her going blind and she falls for it, gives Alan a wink.
Why can't men be smart like in the old days? And she kind of plops down on the floor.
I don't think anybody was very smart, pretty much ever. There's a lot more that goes on to a pack, but simple hierarchy and assigning people names. We also follow a totem.
Oh yeah, we follow Great Mighty Merlin.
Now you said that Totem was like a kind of like a regular spirit, but on steroids, kind of like, correct?
Yeah.
I'm not the theurge of the pack. They are, pointing at Night Eyes and Snow.
All right.
Explain it. This is a learning opportunity.
You are the Galliard of the pack. It's
I'm
kind
the
of your...
storyteller. I tell of
Yeah.
awesome and epic
I
deeds.
talk to spirits. The rocks, the earth, sexuality, rights, spirits of honor, whatever needs to be talked to. I talk to it, or I go in and I use my tools and I clean the dark stuff out.
And Antonio goes like, well, she's drunk.
She
Yeah,
she rubs her
that was a
head.
lot quicker than I thought it would. She must have been drinking before she came over here.
Yeah, I went out with Travis. I'm
Oh, God damn it.
not really sure what he gave me to drink. It was yummy. It tasted like strawberries.
Yeah, that explains it. Goddamn, Fiona.
And Antonio will look at Snow. Explain what a totem is.
Okay, okay.
It's
A
gone.
totem actually has a little bit to do of, again, why the pack is created. It's created around an idea and of necessity. Let's see. Necessity of this pack was simply just to not get fucked with. Try not to die. And our totem reflects that to a degree. He is Merlin, the underdog. We like to see ourselves as underdogs because we're not the fighters. I mean, you compare us with any other pack, and you will find 2 or 3 brilliant brawlers, and mighty taker downers. But that's not us.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have decided to take Merlin as our totem, we will always, always, always be underfoot.
At this point, you'll also see Night Eyes start ripping open her purse. She goes, that reminds me. I got a stuffed Alan, and holds up a shopping bag.
Looks at the shopping bag.
It's what we talked about, the little necklaces and rings to use.
Holy crap! He starts busting out these little bird-type statues of the Merlin and starts handing it over to Snow and Antonio. Oh god, look at this! There's a
See? Antonio, I have a damn use!
Oh, nice. And he will look at Zeke. But don't be fooled by the underdog thing. I'm a Ragabash. I'm always the underdog. And that gives you a lot of room to work with. People will underestimate you. People will, don't put you in their sights immediately, and then you can fuck them in the ass. Hard.
I'll leave that part to you.
Thank you, sir. That was the answer I wanted to hear.
But yeah. Well, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, it's, to be honest, not to go all Wild Kingdom about it, but I mean, we've got the whole wolf aspect. Wolves travel in packs. It only makes sense that, that would be the natural way of things for us, I would suppose.
Oh, the pack is so... It's very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter which totem you go ahead and prescribe to. It doesn't matter the purpose of the pack. As long as the entire pack of wolves is operating together, you can take on bigger things. You can take on boars. You can hunt very, very easily by using pack tactics. Just being a little bit intelligent about how you stalk and herd and kill prey makes the whole endeavor so much easier and so much more successful.
Let me give you an example. And Antonio brings out of his jacket a deck of cards, and he shows it, face down to Zeke. Pick a card, any card.
Zeke will take one.
And Antonio will use Pack Link with Alan and go like, tell me what card he has.
Alan will go ahead and take a long sip from his moonshine, look over Zeke's shoulder, and simply say, "Why are we cheating with Why are we cheating at cards with this mystical link?
Because I'm not cheating. I want to explain puggling, and this is one of the best ways I thought of.
Zeke will kind of
Okay.
look over his shoulder at Alan and show him the card.
As I understand it, the pack link is like an instant communication. Messages travels at the speed of thought. So within a matter of different seconds, you go ahead and start to show the card, and Alan has an entire rant with Antonio right then and there. There's this intense stare between them, and eventually Alan goes ahead and sends through the pack link Ace of Spades.
And Antonio looks at Zeke and goes like, "You have the ace of spades."
And he turns it around and it's the 6 of clubs. No, it's not. What are you talking about?
And he looks at Alan, "God damn it, Alan! I wanted to explain something."
You hear mumbled from the floor.
And he looks at Zeke. Okay, there is something special abilities that our totem gives us. I was trying to show you something called Pack Link. I can talk with the three of them. It doesn't matter where they are, just like mine. Thingamajiggies.
Mine thingamajiggies. You talking about like that thing where them folk wear the tinfoil hats to keep from happening? Is that what you're talking about?
Kind
You're
of.
talking about when the government tries to, yeah. Alan, have you had him tested?
He's not spouting off nonsense. With this, he is not spouting off nonsense. You know how wolves will just have this sort of unspoken communication with each other? Maybe it's just the stance. Maybe it's just a bit of a yip or a growl, but the information conveyed is so much more. That's pretty much what it is. It's
Okay.
a mystical connection between all members of the pack that is facilitated by the totem. With this, I can go ahead and, berate Antonio or Night Eyes or Snow here with any number of topics
Yeah.
with
Oh.
the speed of thought.
Also, it can save your life.
It can definitely save your life. Having your pack mates at your back, more important than anything else.
No, not more important than anything else. It makes shopping so easy. Like, fucking easy. For example,
Yeah?
I know that I don't like crunchy. Why are you thinking of? That's disgusting.
It's just peanut butter and chocolate melted onto each other.
That's indeed disgusting.
Pack link to all of the pack. You actually get a memory flash Sophia is drunkenly sharing of her on a beach with a younger man over
He got
a
it.
picnic.
No. You know that he looks at Sophia in his pretty dress and Antonio like, nope, this is too much shit for one day for me.
Through the pack link, Alan will go ahead and start to blast heavy metal and Iron Maiden at Night Eyes. Like, no.
Raph, stop abusing the link.
Maybe
Yeah.
because there's somebody here
He's
who
right,
doesn't
Merlin is
share
totally
the
wrong.
link, we should probably speak with our words and not be rude assholes.
There we go.
And when this is happening, you see the four of them like intensively
Yeah,
staring
he's-
at each other.
Yeah, he's just kind of looking at all. Are one of your heads going to explode here in a minute? I saw a movie like that in the 80s where the people would stare at each other and then their heads would explode. It was, what was it? Was it Scanners or some shit? Yeah. So I need to go get me some fucking tinfoil, keep y'all from blowing my head up or something.
At this
No.
point, drunk Night Eyes cocks her head and she goes, "Wait, did y'all see that? Stay out of my head!"
Zeke walks around the back of the thing, comes back around with a big metal funnel sitting on his head. All right, let's go.
Zeke, you won't have to worry about the nonsense that's currently coming from that woman, unless you join the pack.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm better than you. She points at Ellen, and her hand just kind of like falls over, and she starts scratching Snowy.
No, you aren't. You were the one that took most damage yesterday night.
Actually, no, she wasn't.
Zeke
Oh,
looks
no,
at
it
his
was
was.
watch. Zeke looks at his watch and then looks at Alan. She's got about 15 minutes, just so you know.
Fair enough. Fair
And
enough.
they start laying on the floor, and it's the death knell.
Yeah, Alan's gonna start to walk over to the coffee machine and start brewing some of it.
Zeke walks over to his little pallet that's in the corner, grabs a pillow, and kind of brings it over and drops it by Night Eyes. You'll need that in about 10 minutes, ma'am.
Can I die now?
Yes.
He's like looking at the pillow.
Yes, you can die now.
Maybe this day I'll stop coming back up. And she like lays down and curls up.
And Zeke walks over to his little pile of tools and grabs a plastic bucket and brings it over and sits it beside her. She's probably going to need that, too.
Add a character note. There's a reason she agreed to go drinking with Travis.
We
I
don't
didn't
want
even
to
know
know.
that you went drinking with Travis. I don't care.
I know.
But yeah, so when you're in a pack, you have fantastic little experiences like holding your packmate's hair as she pukes into a bucket. I expect to be doing that in 15 minutes. That's just because I'm being responsible.
But two old truth. Being in a pack is like having your own personal family that you know will be watching your back.
All right. I mean, that makes sense. Like I said, you know, again, not to go all National Geographic, but, you know, that's something they learn about wolves. So, I mean, it goes to show that man wolves would follow especially having, he gestures towards Stowe, having actual wolves, you know, wolf-born, I guess you would say, in the pack. I mean, it makes sense, you know. So, I mean,
It's about, again, I'm gonna keep covering this point. Safety in numbers, smart ability. It's a very, very lonely world out there when you're by yourself. It can be very exhilarating, but also very, very, very lonely.
so most wolves are in a pack, or
Most of them. Some are
Yeah,
not.
it's expected.
Mm, Never do anything that's expected. Only do what's natural.
Snow has licks your face has a point there.
Successful Garu join or form packs themselves in order to extend their survivability. There are some Garu that decide to walk Gaia's surface without a pack, and that's not entirely wrong. It's just a much more lonely existence. As long as they remain within the nation, they should be fine. But then there are some Garu that decide to stray away from the nation and don't associate with the Sept at all, and they are the worst off for them. They are cut off from several different blessings, and they do not survive very long. Those are
They
called the
don't.
Ronin.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how terrible the situation is in any sept, no matter how bleak the outlook is by any tribe or any pack or any Garu, it's much better for the nation to be combined and unified than and to be part of that rather than abandon it all and start to walk on your own. That's when you become not a part of the solution anymore. The nation, for all its stupid little hiccups, for all its constant inner backbiting and inner conflict, is probably the only thing that's going to pull us out of this apocalypse.
I mean, everything you're saying makes sense. I mean, which is amusing considering every one of us is at least half lit at this point. But you know, uh, so you mentioned like packs that do this and packs that do that. I mean, like especially like packs that you said a strike pack and some other things. I mean, what do they?
Yeah,
What do they strike? What are we fighting?
the worm.
Okay, so the worm part of the trad, what you were talking about, Alan.
Hmm.
We fight many things. We fight everything that defiles Gaia, and by extent, it depends on tribe you ask. Humanity, for example,
Mm-hmm.
if someone goes and start, messing a homeless shelter, I will beat up his ass because I care for that part of humanity that no one sees.
Mm-hmm.
They are my kin. I grew up from them. I protect them.
Kin is everything. The world is ran by greedy, selfish men, and it takes another man to call another man out on his bullshit in order to make sure that Gaian ideals are preserved. There are corporations out there that have already succumbed to a greed that doesn't necessarily have to come from the worm at all, that continue to pollute, continue to oppress, continue all these terrible practices. And this is why I've been set on this earth, or at least my tribe has. We continue to fight those kind of social and economic injustices in this world.
I mean, that's definitely something I can get behind. I mean, I understand. I guess you'd say fighting for Gaia. You said so. I'm assuming you mean like, I guess that's kind of like a concept of like Mother Earth. That's
It's
correct.
the total Mother Earth. Ow, my head. It lays back down.
Think of it like this. If anything can become a spirit, or I should say, if anything can have a spirit attached to it, like that bucket, like any bird, any tree, any valley, any city can have a spirit attached to it, the biggest spirit that is around, the most powerful one, is obviously the one we're all walking on. It is the spirit of this entire earth, what everybody knows and thinks about, because we all depend on it. We all depend on what we're standing on right now in the Delirium realm. It is rock. It is magma. It is all many number of things. It is a planet in the cosmos. But more than that, in the Umbra, in the spirit realm, where ideas go completely and utterly mad, where things are bigger, better, more epic, the spirit of this entire planet is a thing. It's real. And it's from that spirit, that great God, that all other broods are created.
Okay. So we fight to protect that spirit, basically. And
Yes.
the worm is trying to kill it, harm it in some way, basically.
Stop. Let's go back to the trifecta. There is the wild.
Mm-hmm.
Wild is potential, it is creation, and it is any number of different things, ever changing, never defined. 2. Weaver. Construction, creation, formatting, editing, structuring. Worm. The worm is entropy, decay, breaking down. These are the 3 trifecta.
If any one of those different aspects of the triad get out of control, become unbalanced, then it hurts Gaia. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So technically, all three of them have the potential to hurt Gaia.
Mm-hmm.
So we're trying to keep them in balance while at the same time protecting Gaia.
Yes. The end of the days sees us pitted against a few different forces that are quite obvious and evident. We see the wild being strangled, becoming weaker and weaker, not providing Gaia its green places anymore. We see the Weaver building up cities and structures and codifying everything, creating this entire web across the planet. A web that's quite evident and quite useful. It provides us things like the internet and cell phones, but it's also a rather damaging force simply because of the way it restricts the wild's growth. And then you have the worm who went completely and utterly insane ages and ages ago. It pollutes those sacred places that we hold dear. The worm is responsible for corrupting and defiling and destroying many of Gaia's Karens, which we are called to protect.
Like, what was this set that everyone was so mad about recently?
The Sept of the Running Stones.
Yeah, that one. Thank you.
The Sept of the Running Stones was assaulted by worm forces. It was destroyed. The people there, the Garu there, the kin there, exterminated. The Karen there, the secret place, destroyed. No, not destroyed. Worst off, corrupted, converted, so that it continues to provide places of safety for worm creatures to continue corrupting and destroying Gaia's sacred places. That's the worst part. The worm is something that will take Gaia's sacred places and pervert it for its own uses. It won't stop until the entire world and the entire face of Gaia is just simply one bubbling mass of abomination, corruption, vile pollution, slick with oil, slick with perversion, because that's the best way that they can make sure that everything is just destroyed and broken down into its just broken
Nothingness.
down. Yeah. That is what we fight for. We fight against the end of the goddamn world.
Okay. So we're kind of like the last defense.
The first and last. Well, maybe
First,
not.
last, and only, maybe? Is there
We're
anybody else fighting?
Looking at it from our perspective, there is nobody that's paying this much attention to it. We are the ones that are directly affected by the worm's machinations, and therefore we are the ones that are finding it the worst off.
Yeah.
It's a
Well,
war
why
of
don't,
attrition at the moment.
Why don't you know, and I feel weird saying this, but why don't normal folks fight it? I mean, it's their world too.
Because they are stuck with it. For example, let's say you have a comfy 8-hour job. You go to a Tulis almost every day to it. You go home, you watch some movies, the TV, and they tell you that everything is alright, and you go, "Oh, okay, everything is alright then." You go back to sleep, and you repeat the cycle once and again and again and again and again.
Mm-hmm.
This is why they don't fight it, because they are very comfortable with it. They don't care about the world anymore. They care about their own personal space.
So you're saying basically they've forgotten about Gaia. Did they
If
ever,
they ever knew about it.
if they ever knew about it? Okay.
No,
Hmm.
some folks knew about it on the past. And then, and he looks at the rest of the gathering, we fuck it up.
Mm.
We start murdering them.
We started murdering humans at one point?
No. Zeke, remember when I told you that Garu are fantastic at war and terrible at peace?
Yep. Yep.
We weren't the only spiritual shapeshifters in the world.
Okay.
You go back into the old legends. There were creatures, much like ourselves, created by Gaia for many different purposes. For every single creature out there, there was probably a were creature or a changing breed just like it. We called them the Pharaoh. While we're the Garu, they are called the Pharaoh. And the Pharaoh are very diverse, but exceedingly rare these days, towards the final apocalypse. Mostly because the wolves were very good at hunting them and exterminating them. This is why we as Garu should remember this lesson and understand and know how to practice mercy.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we do not, we continue to exterminate.
Up to the point someone,
Hmm.
and he points from one of the windows of the treehouse to the middle of the city, until they decided to, strike back. Wolf hunting, for example.
So how do you tell when it's, I mean, like, is there somebody that tells you who to go fight? How do you tell where to go fight, when to fight,
At
why
this
to fight?
point, Night Eyes is set up, and she's looking at you. She does not look drunk. She does look very sad and sick, though. And goes, some of us have gifts. We can smell, see, hear even the corruption of the worm coming off others. I have that gift, for example. When I met each one of you cubs, I used it on you to make sure you weren't tainted.
Good
So,
thing to know.
yeah, sweetheart, as adorable as you are as a cub, I would have ripped your head off if you had been tainted.
I can't blame you. I can't blame you.
There are different levels of corruptions. Don't take Nitrous wrong. For example, he waits around everything here, everything, and he points to Alan, to see, to himself, to Snow, to Nitrous. Everything is fucking corrupted
But
because
there's
we live in
different
the middle of
levels.
a fucking city. Yeah, she's right.
I mean, I'd have to say the most corrupted I ever tolerated around me was my first Sten son. And that was just because he was a glass walker.
Mm. As far
Okay.
as
And he points to Sig. He's a glass walker, darling.
Okay.
Alpha
I'm out.
talking,
Name Zeke, right?
Yes, sir.
You ask who is defied and what is defied, right?
Yes, sir.
There is no good answer to that. There is only threat evaluation. There is what can I handle, and there is how do I do that. Now, it's easier when I have a bunch of packmates around me. We can evaluate, okay, what's the best thing to tackle right now? Oh, and then we decide collectively we're going to go after that. For individuals, it's a little bit harder. For the nation, it's really difficult because we all have different ideas and views on what we need to tackle. Some of us even need to tackle each other once in a while. So really, there is no good straight answer. People will keep saying, yeah, you gotta go kill the worm. Or, yeah, you gotta go kill the worm. Yeah, you gotta kill the worm. But what is the point in fighting a battle which you have no hope to win, when you can fight 3 other battles which have more likely outcomes, but will take longer?
Okay.
So, again, I tell you, there's no clear-cut answer. You have to decide. Fight for yourself and for those around you.
All right.
For myself, well, corporations tend to attract the attention of quite a many different bigger spirits, even if the people within that corporation don't quite know it. For every single corporation that pollutes, you can bet there is quite a number of Banes, Fomore, worm spirits, whatever have you, just benefiting off that and trying to spurn that on. Whether or not that manipulation is covert with very, very subtle whispers, or absolutely overt with the complete possession of several members of its directorate, it doesn't matter. The matter is that we go ahead and start to point to the pollution of Gaia's sacred places, present it to the people, and have them completely outraged. They don't need to know about the spiritual warfare going on. What they need to understand is that their earth is being polluted, their water is being trashed and polluted. The wonderful creatures that they all would love and adore, or at least seen on television, are being exterminated by these malicious practices. If we go ahead and present the mass of people this kind of stimulus and point them at any sort of corporation that pollutes Mother Gaia or oppresses people, if it's some kind of dictatorship or government, they will fight. You just have to inspire them. They don't do it on their own, unfortunately. They don't take their own initiative.
Okay.
And that is how Alan likes to fight. That is how he chooses to evaluate enemies, and that's how him and his people likes to do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem with the Garou Nation. We don't see things eye to eye. Everyone likes to fight their own way. It's, difficult to coordinate a same view with, let's say, a Shadow Lord, a Bone Knower, and a Ghetto Fenrir. They will never get to eye, but it's what we need to work with.
Their tribes and their elders will always be contentious, but it's the pack. The pack is the thing that actually gets shit done.
Mm-hmm. We kind of have a nice elder here in the SEP. Mother Larissa.
She's a Bonar elder. No wonder why you would like that.
Come on, she does shit.
Continue.
I mean, she's weird, but...
Well, I mean, well, like I said, I mean, everything you're saying makes sense. Yeah, I guess, where do we go from here? Where do I go from here?
Well,
obviously, I was, I don't know, the right word for it, I guess, born to do this. How does, I mean, I'm a cub.
Born to do something. Do it or don't do it. Don't say you were born to do something.
Okay.
We have some Garou that are born Garou but decide to do nothing. For example, between the Bone Knowers, you have a bunch of us that have received the name of the Rebel. They don't fight for Gaia anymore. Most of them belong to a camp known as the Deserters. They are looking a place to avoid apocalypse.
Hmm.
Zeke,
Well, I
for
mean,
you, if you have never considered joining a pack up till now, if nobody's ever explained it to you, start to think real long and hard about it. Your rite of passage is coming up, and after that, you should join a pack immediately. Usually, cubs would join a pack of their own creation together, but we don't have a number of pups in order to do that. Zeke, come join us. You make a
Yeah.
perfect addition.
huh?
If the alpha accepts you.
I've explained the position. If you are not turned off immediately, I think I have no problems.
Just give him some bacon.
Yeah, I I don't want you to think that I'm taking this lightly, because I'm not. I mean, I understand what this means to all of you. I mean, you'd have my country ass voice talking in your head all the damn time, if nothing else. I'm not sure that I could handle that. Um, but I mean, like Mr. Snow said, I mean, you either do it or you don't. And at this point, I've pretty much decided that I'm going to do it. Uh, it's just figuring out the best way to proceed with that. You said something about a rite of passage. I guess that's kind of like get first time you get hair on your nuts or something, where you become a man.
You transform in what we call a clear, and he points to the rest of them. We are all clear here. I
I
think
see
Night
That
Eyes.
a
might be,
movie.
yeah.
Yeah,
She might be ranking up for a few seconds. But yeah, you're totally right. The rite of passage is your entrance into Garu adulthood. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be awesome. Usually, your rite of passage is held by members of your own tribe. To make sure that you exemplify their ideals and you can actually submit yourself to their tribal totem. Every single tribe has its own totem, and every single tribal totem has its own brood underneath it. Usually, since you're a glasswalker, I believe he's a child of the rat.
No, rat is
no.
Antonio.
Rat is my crew. He's a child of
Cockroach.
yeah. There we go.
Alright, fair enough. You'll be a child of cockroach. However, Zeke, the rite of passage can be performed by any tribe for any cub. It's what determines which tribal totem that you will follow. Myself, I go ahead and I am a child of unicorn. Yeah, unicorn exists, or at least it did exist at one time. Shut the fuck up.
See, it's like I'm in your head already.
Yeah. I could see any cub following unicorn fairly well, except for that royal dick.
Don't even get me started on the royal dick, and then she throws herself into the bucket.
It's
There you go. Get it all out, girl. Get it
yeah.
all out.
The one that is puking and myself were responsible for making sure that you cubs are at least prepared for the trial. The rite of passage can sometimes be overwhelming, sometimes lethal. To get a Fenrir, or the Fenrir who survive their rite of passage are monsters.
They are
Except for that
tough
one
motherfuckers.
of the Zeke's. He was weird.
Say again?
Except for Zeke's, he was weird.
Who's Zeke right
No,
here?
Ziggy.
Ziggy. Yeah, he got lucky.
Was Ziggy? That was your friend, right?
Yeah. Siegfried searches the desk.
He kind of looks down. My condolences on that to the rest of you. I hadn't been able to pass that on yet. I know I told Alan, but I am sorry for your loss.
You didn't know him.
I
Come
didn't,
on,
but I'm still
Snow.
sorry. I'm
It
still
is some
sorry for your
fucking
loss.
courtesy.
I understand sentiments, and I understand sentiments are with the best of intentions. But sentiments without substance are not my bag.
I understand. I didn't mean to step on hard feelings, Mr.
You
Snow.
produced no offense, hence, and perhaps I'm being a little too harsh. Give me that moonshine.
You're just being you. That's all I'll ever ask of you.
Do as he asks. Give him the moonshine.
To Antonio, and strictly to Antonio, making sure to blast the other links with heavy metal music. Yeah, you get a few drinks in him, and he starts to come. Snow starts to come out. The silver thing starts to come out.
Yeah, and Antonio will block all the other links except the one from Alan. I know, and you know how cyberpunks and
Zeke will
bonobos get together.
kind of give Alan a look as he's kind of pushing the bowl with the moonshine over towards Snow. Kind of like, should I be doing this?
He gives you just a thumbs up. You're good. You're good. You're good.
All right.
As she finishes her final round of vomiting, Night Eyes is just sitting up. She's pulled a jacket out, wrapped up, and is just staring at you guys. Thank you, Zeke. That numbed the day.
Pleasure, man. He'll walk over behind the still, and you hear him open a cooler and then close it. He comes back around and he will toss her a bottle of water. That
See?
might help.
This is why he is my favorite cub.
He's my favorite, too.
He's the only one I know.
The other one happens to be a vegan. The other one happens to be a dick.
What's a vegan?
It's someone who eats nothing from animals.
Mm.
No, we don't have those in Argentina. Nah. We eat fucking meat, man. Fucking meat.
He eats grass and fruit and vegetables and a human substance called tofu.
Like that white wiggly thing that tastes like shit. Even for my standards.
Don't knock tofu. When you don't have meat and you kind of need the nutrients, tofu is a fairly good substitute. Hey, not everybody is as great as us to have meat 3 times a day.
True. Sometimes you only get it once a week when you rip a deer's throat out and bathe in its blood as you feast. And she'll start sipping the water.
Or when you and an entire pack of wolves go ahead and chases down a boar for like 3 miles to make sure that it exhausts itself. Then you just circle around it, watch its desperation get really, really high in its eyes. By the way, Zeke, mercy is a thing that you should look into.
Antonio looks at Zeke. Have you ever, chefed in other farms? That's kind of one of the questions we didn't ask.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when Livewire found me, I just done the whole 9 foot tall and furry thing.
Well, you went into trainers. Nice.
Well, I mean, nice is a way to look at it. Another way to look at it is I lost my shit and killed my girlfriend and about 11 other people.
I'm very sorry for that, but I'm going to give you a word of advice. Your temper, it will tend to flare up now.
Mm.
We are also sorry for your loss.
Well,
Losing
I may
me
have not
sucks.
known any of these people, but I recognize that they were very, very important to you in your life. And bringing up those sad memories has caused you to be sad as well.
We are all fucking sad.
yeah.
If you look around
Uh,
the table, each one of us has a similar story of the first change. We all have other stories about how the rage inside us caused us to do terrible things that we now regret. Zeke, you're in good company. We're not going to judge you here.
hmm. Well, I appreciate that. And he takes the mason jar and he'll kill a good third of it.
Want to talk about it?
um, but Mr. Well, Dragos, he taught me how to go into the, what did he call it? The lupus.
Dragos likes lupus, even if he is a caged wolf.
Oh, I mean, I have to admit, it was the first time I ever saw a wolf type on a computer.
Again,
Do
if you ever
you,
want to talk about what happened to you, feel free. You're amongst a family here.
Well, I mean, be honest with you, I mean,
Just want to let it go.
I, I mean, I remember it. Well, I remember what I think it. I mean, I just remember this lady coming down. We were in the subway. We were going to Anyi's parents' house, and this bitch came down the subway and just started shooting people. I got so mad. She was laughing as she killed people. And she she pissed me off so bad.
Mm.
And I just wanted to kill her. And
Alan
next
will
thing I know,
the killing joke. Alan will go ahead and scoot his seat beside Zeke. Go ahead and throw his left arm around him, sort of lean into him and say, "Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Go on.
sometimes the only thing you need is a very bad day.
Go on. Get it all out there."
yeah, I think I could still see the faces of the other ones. I mean, the last one I killed was Anyi. And I remember there was an old man. He'd been through wars, survived things I can't even imagine. And I took his life like it was a pack of gum.
Mrs. Zeke,
Yes, sir.
does this event
Is this event memorable to you? Is it important to you?
Yeah. I mean, it
All
it
right,
shows.
so Zeke,
Yeah.
what will you do with this event?
The only thing I can do is learn from it, right? I mean, that's what memories are for, right?
Memories can help and memories can hurt. I am happy that you have found a way for this memory to help you. I know of you who let their memories overtake them.
I look at it this way. Yeah, I killed 11 people. One of those people was very dear to me. One of those people was a crazy psycho bitch that would have probably killed double what I did, plus the people I did. And may have still been out there killing people today. So, like you say, for some
If that's
reason,
what you choose to do with your memory, it is acceptable.
like you say, for some reason, Gaia decided that that was the time that I needed to
Wake up.
change my life. Wake up.
Do you remember how I taught you what gifts were?
Yeah.
You remember how I explained it as not you, but the totality of everything around you, including yourself?
Yeah.
At some points in our lives, we are simply actors to Gaia's will. And we have to, in those times, trust that Gaia has a plan. Sometimes we will do things and act in certain ways that will confuse us. And sometimes the outcomes of such events are absolutely terrible. But they all have a reason. They all have a purpose, even if it's not evident to us. Gaia has a plan.
I've kind of decided to look at it this way. That some bitch worm got a hold of that woman and used her to take Anyi away from me. So I'ma hurt that some bitch every fucking chance I get.
Valid. I'll take that.
There will be many opportunities for you to make good on that.
No.
As Antonio says, we're good at that. We're good at screwing up the worm's plans. Join us, and you'll be fighting right alongside with us.
I gotta get through that whole growing some hair on my nuts thing first.
Mm-hmm. Alan will go ahead and walk and scoot his ass over to the other side of the table where he left his mason jar just a quarter full. Go ahead and down it, letting his sinuses and nostrils go ahead and start to evacuate.
You can't hold your alcohol.
I can hold my alcohol.
And Antonio just slumps over.
As he gets up and anybody whose mason jar is even more than half empty, he snags it and takes it over and tops them all off at the still and brings them back.
Night Eyes is glaring at it like it's the devil.
Maybe not that one.
She's sipping her water. She goes, no matter what you do, the pain will never go away, but there are things you can do to numb it. Like moonshine.
Yeah.
That's more bleak than I want to believe. I want to believe that anything that hurts you, doesn't kill you, makes you stronger, lets you grow a garden for somebody else to make sure they don't have to experience the kind of hurt that you did.
Alan,
That's
you're more of an optimist than I thought.
very pretty. I think that for the next generations to overcome pain, we need to suffer so they can be better.
I'm just tired of the goddamn nation being so far up their asses they don't realize they should be cooperating with each other.
I challenge you to go and tell that to Get.
Is that a formal challenge?
No, I'm just totally fucking around with you. The Get would probably rip your head off and shove it up to your anal probe.
You don't understand. My tribe doesn't have the best reputation around here from what I gather, and I'm trying to fix that.
I don't know why. You child of Gaia tend to be like nice people.
We've made mistakes. Naivety is a thing.
Alright, that's a question, I guess. Alright, I'm apparently a glass walker. So what shitstorm am I walking into as far as like how other tribes are gonna think of me just because I'm a glass walker? Why do they? Who has a problem? Like you said earlier that the Get and the Wendigo have had a feud for years apparently. Who has problems with me, so that I can know before I offend somebody who I'm likely to offend?
I have a question. Do you know what a spider wolf is?
What?
A spider wolf. A wolf spider, I should say.
Oh, a wolf spider. Yeah, the brown, big spiders. Yeah, we used to get them in the basement all the time.
They're going to think of you as a spider wolf. A wolf that works for the patterns. Some people like the patterns, some people dislike the patterns. Again, as Alan said before, there's both good and bad prospects about it. Just be aware of that. They will always think of you as, they will always think that you have a secondary loyalty to the weaver, the webs, the patterns.
Does my tribe have something like that?
I don't know.
You
You're
need to talk to
a secret
your
on your
tribe.
own.
I know that there's one particular red talent lupus smiles in the night that has just joined the sept. He's a wolf through and through. He's a wolf through and through. He called Dragos a dog many times throughout the conversation that he had with him. Good on Dragos for not taking that shit. Dragos and Smiles had a bit of a scuffle, and Dragos came on top.
Red talents are. How should I put this without hurting people? Fucked up in the head.
They thought the Imperium was the most fantastic idea in the world. Impergium, excuse me.
And what would that be?
Well, if you control the people, then certainly you've won.
The Imperium is the day that most pure breeds, and he goes like this, decided when the humans went like, no, we are not going to be your toys anymore. They, swipe. They just backhanded humanity.
The Epergium was the entirety of the Garu nation deciding that they would cull.
And he points a finger to Alan. Not the entirety, not all of us.
Yes, all of us. We are
God
all
damn it.
responsible for it, even just by standing aside and letting it happen.
Hey, you ever seen the wild go out of balance before?
I can't say I have. Or that, Mel, I mean, if I had, I wouldn't know what it was.
The tail spinners will tell their own tales, and they will tell of a tale of a war for which no one won.
The Epergium was the entirety of the Garu nation, looking at Antonio, deciding, or at least allowing, the culling of humanity. They had decided that humanity had grown too much, and they decided to start culling them, killing them outright. It took a lot of very, very, very brave and very wise Garu in order to bring people together to tell them to stop it. Which is proper. Because our kinfolk were the ones being slaughtered, just as much as humanity was.
Silver didn't exactly help either.
Nope. I hear there's another legend to explain how they figured that one out.
Base elements.
Well, the point is that after that, I will just show a special point of view on my side. When the Imperium happened and humanity overcome it in the end, they struck back. For example, have you ever heard of the Inquisition?
You mean the Monty Python bit? You know, where they jump out
Yeah.
with the red suits on and say, nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. And
Yeah,
everybody,
something like that.
all right.
Many of my kin, of my tribe's kin actually, died in the inquisitorial trials because they were messing with the dark stuff, and the dark stuff were we.
Okay.
So yeah, we try to protect them. We fuck it up, and then they started culling us, killing us, killing the wolves, segmenting the homid and their kinfolks. It's hard being a werewolf now.
It's like you've never heard of a kinfolk killing their own Garu before.
We don't talk about that.
We don't talk about that.
All right. Okay. Well, I mean, nothing like moonshine confessionals. Kind of rubs at his eyes a little bit.
Night Eyes will pull some of her tissues out of her bag and hands them over to him.
Thank
Knowing
you.
you men, you're going to get pink eye if you use your hands.
It's not eyes. I got enough moonshine on my hands to where, from working on that still, to where I don't think I could. I could probably put my hands into a open surgeon's wound and not get any kind of infection. But I thank you. I thank you for your concern. Oh. He'll get up and he'll kind of walk over and start tinkering with the still. So when does this whole right thing happen?
When you're ready.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's fair.
And that's a very obtuse way of saying when they're ready.
They who?
The elders.
Alright.
When they think you're ready to have hair on your tiny balls, then they'll let you.
Alright.
Oh, I
It
should.
Fair enough.
basically you will be put to different trial if the elder or whoever pulls this off on you. They need to see you, that they need to see that you grasp the concepts of the Garou nation.
Mm-hmm.
uh, and that you know who's the good guy, who's the bad guy, and that sort of things probably. And he looks at that and, how did you become a Cleath?
And I become a Gleath? The child a guy away.
Party?
Basically, they put me in front of a stage, told me, hey, you're a tale singer, and you're a performer. Perform for us. I must have went through an 8-hour set 3 times, recounting as much of the lore as I was capable of our tribe and the Garou Nation as a whole, before they said, you can stop now, and let me have a drink of water. All that, howling without a drink of water, without one little drink to quench my thirst. I was hoarse at the end of it. Completely hoarse.
Sounds fun.
I thought I felt bad about going to a ball.
Or
What
what?
was your rite of passage then?
How do I explain this? They put me into clothes. They put me next to, well, no, clothing tree, and then I danced with the clothing tree and pretended like we were talking. Okay, and then she said that I was a beautiful dancer.
That's such a sweet story, Alpha.
I still have no idea why I was there.
So for your rite of passage, they made you go to the prom?
Is that what they call it?
That's what it sounds like.
I wonder what prom's like.
What about you, Antonio?
I needed to steal a magazine full of bullets that my uncle had on his pocket. I needed to chase him all around Buenos Aires without being detected by him. It was a pain in the balls.
You know that?
Yeah.
Old bastard. What about you, Night Eyes?
She's kind of chuckling. She goes, well, my mother gave me a hug, a small package, and then me and my Metis brother, we sidestepped, and I was to spend 2 weeks with just him as my guide in the Umbra and find a certain spirit.
Which spirit?
It was one of our tribe.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty fun. I succeeded, came back, and then continued my training under Mother till she died and I buried her, what was left of her head.
That was grim.
That's probably another story that we'll probably get into at another point. Maybe not tonight.
Yeah,
Guys, Alec
probably
needs
good
to go
idea.
soon.
We've been going about this like all night, and whereas I can actually, this would have been awesome a few days ago when I actually had to stay up all night on patrol. I'm gonna take some liberties and go walking myself alone for a while, and probably collapse in bed, my own bed. I love my bed. Okay,
Well,
Alan's gonna go
probably
ahead
good for
and
me too.
Alan's gonna go ahead, stand up, and start to proceed towards the trap door of the treehouse and sort of disappear. Before he does, he goes ahead and looks up to the rest of the pack. Simply says, "My bed's still where it was, right?" Maybe.
Zeke will stand up and he'll say, "Thank y'all for your fellowship and your friendship."
No problem. Thank you for the fire water on the anniversary of the horrible night.
And while all of they are going like that, Anthony is just going to exit through the window.
All right. Who would like to give us a nice little outro?
This has been a Rage by Night. I hope you enjoyed my pretend drunkenness. Have a good night. If you're not over 16, do not be fucking watching this. Go to bed.
Too late for that if anybody's watched the entire goddamn video.
And they
Good
get to
night.
this. Then it's, yeah.
Good night, everybody.